we'll get started on our mats, just in a comfortable seat. And it can be easy seat or your legs can be out. And we're gonna get started with a Kapalabhati breath today, which I don't teach a whole lot, quite frankly, just because I forget about it. And I like the belly chest ribs breath. But I want to do something different today. I was feeling a little sinusy, and I figured some of you guys might be too if we've got season changing outside. So Kapalabhati breath is called skull shining breath, which is, I think, is a great translation of it. And it's really good for clearing the sinuses. And then I also like it because it kind of helps me if I've got like a lot of gunk in my head as far as, you know, distractions and having trouble focusing. I like this because I visualize kind of just like shooting that stuff out of my head. I don't know that that's necessarily a known benefit of it, but I just like it. So we'll get started with some of that Kapalabhati, and then we'll move on, just kind of a traditional flow. We'll do some core work, some sun A's, some B's, some back bending, and move on from there. So I'll demo the Kapalabhati breath first, and then we'll do 3 rounds of it. So with Kapalabhati, you want to make sure that your spine is nice and straight. Everything is stacked evenly over your hips. Legs can be bent or any other position that's more comfortable. I like to bring one hand to my belly, but you can also leave them out, or you can bring both hands to your belly. You're going to take a nice inhale, and you're going to fill up about 3/4 of the way, so not to your full capacity. You're going to seal your lips, and then you're going to be breathing in and out through your nose. And it's a forceful exhale and then a passive inhale. So you're going to inhale and then, so you're going to forcefully push the air out with your belly. So your belly is actually going to constrict each time. And then the inhale is just passive. So these don't have to be super fast. And we'll do 10 of them and then take again an inhale and an exhale. So if your breath work is not as fast as mine, or if it's faster, that's fine. So if you do 8 breaths instead of 12, that's totally cool. So I'm gonna lead us in with an inhale and exhale, and then I'm gonna have to stop talking so that I can do the Kapalabhati with you again. And then I'll let you know after 10 when it's time to just take a regular inhale and a regular exhale. All right, so exhaling everything out. Take a nice inhale in, exhale everything out again, and then inhale in 3/4 of the way, and then start with the forceful exhales. Inhaling and exhaling. One more regular breath, inhale and exhale. And then inhaling in, filling up 3/4 of the way. And then start with your forceful exhales. Inhaling and exhale. One more regular breath, inhale and exhale. Inhale 3/4 of the way. And we'll start our 3rd and last round. Inhale and exhale. All right, if you close your eyes, you can go ahead and open them up now. And we'll start with a little coffee grinder movement. So sending your ribs forward, around to the right, around to the back, and then back to the front. Again, moving. We'll do one more in this direction. Warming up the spine. And then you come up to the front. You're just going to switch sides. So moving to the left, around to the back, and back up to the front. And we'll do one more. All right, and after this last one, coming back through center, and then straightening through your spine. And take a lean, so right hand's going to come out to the side, left hand sweeps up. Lean over to the right, keep your chest nice and lifted, and gaze up towards the ceiling. Stay in here, and exhale, and then coming up through center, and then we'll take a twist, left hand to right knee, lengthen through the spine, and then twist towards the back, twisting from your belly button up to the crown of your head, and then unwinding, and then walking your hands forward, nice long forward fold. You can release your head and neck, Taking a full breath. And then walking your hands up. And then you'll send your hands behind you, fingertips facing the knees, lifting the hips up, releasing your spine. And you can fall slightly back. And then making your way back down to a seat. If you want to, you can switch legs, so other leg is on top. That helps to stretch out both hips evenly. And then we'll repeat that. So leaning to the left, left hand down, right arm sweeps up. And over. Chest stays nice and lifted. You can gaze up. And coming back through the center. We'll take the twist, right hand to the left knee now. Lengthen through your spine. And twist towards the back. Then unwinding back through center, walking your hands out long for a forward fold. Release your head and neck. And then walking back up. And then hands behind your hips, fingertips facing the knees. Lifting your hips up, stretching through the hip flexors. You can release your head. And then releasing your hips back down. All right, from here we're going to make our way into our hands and knees. And we're going to find a puppy stretch. So we're going to do a pretty deep puppy stretch variation. So you can come down onto your forearms. You can check your distance by sending your arms to your opposite elbows. And then back out. You can interlace your hands, but leave your pinky fingers out so that the pinky fingers are this nice little support on the mat. From here, you're going to lengthen through your spine and then begin to walk your knees back towards the back of the mat as you let your chest sink. So this is a really deep variation. If this is too much, you can take a traditional puppy pose. Or if you're not liking that, you can just do some cat-cows from tabletop. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Maybe think about sinking your chest down a little more. Last breath here. And then slowly walking your knees back in. Releasing your hands. And then you can send your hips down towards your feet. And we're going to counter that with a rabbit pose. So bringing your chest down onto your quads. You're going to reach your arms around, grab your ankles. Release your forehead down to the mat. Your forehead is just going to be touching the mat. So there's not really going to be any weight on it. And then you're going to lift and round through the spine as you roll onto the top of your head. Enjoy this nice round spine in the back, stretching the back body. 2 more breaths here. And then releasing the hips back down. And then coming back up to a tabletop. We're still at the tops of our feet. Shoulders are stacked over our wrists. Fingers are nice and wide. And then engage your core and see if you can hover your knees up off the mat. Just an inch or 2. Little core work. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Send the hips up and back. You can roll through the toes and find your down dog. So it's the first down dog of our practice. So go ahead and take your wiggles. Find whatever movements feels good for your body. Maybe you walk your dog or wag your tail. Take 3 more breaths here with your wiggles. Last breath. All right, then find your down dog, find a little stillness. And then we're going to do some wave motions here. So lifting the heels, you're going to come up nice and high on the toes. Then undulate through the spine, slowly unwinding your way, find a plank position. Once you're in a plank, you're going to bend the knees where they just barely touch the mat, or are hovering on the mat. Send your hips back to bear pose, and then back up to down dog. We'll do that twice. We're lifting the heels, unwinding through the spine, rolling forward, and then bending the knees to a hover, shifting your way back into bear pose. Last one, lifting the heels up, hips up, unwind through the spine, and then bending the knees to a hover, shifting the hips back, returning to down dog. Let's take a full breath in down dog here, inhaling and exhaling, and then walking your feet up towards the front of the mat. We'll find a ragdoll. So feet can be hips width apart. Really release your chest down. You can grab opposite elbows. You can sway your chest from side to side. or rock your hips from side to side, whatever feels good here. 2 breaths left. And then releasing your hands down towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms come up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. Stepping the feet together, hands come in the heart center. If you'd like to set an intention, you can do so now. All right, then we'll get started with 3 sun A's. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands if you want to. You can step back to a plank for this first one. And exhale, lowering down. Inhaling up, dog cobra. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. 5 breaths here. Really settling into your down dog. Checking on your alignment. Spine is nice and long. Heels are in behind your toes. Fingers are nice and wide. Last breath here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way up to the front. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. Second sun A, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, do your flow. Inhaling up, dog or cobra. Exhaling, finding your down dog. Breathing here. Remembering that everything we do today is optional. You can skip any flow, just go directly back to down dog. You can sub any pose for anything else that works better for you. Make this class fit you. Last breath here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. Taking 1 breath. And exhale. Last Sunday. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, do your flow. Inhaling up, dog or cobra. Exhaling, down dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. 2 more breaths here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. I'm just going to switch sides. Moving on, inhaling, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, do your flow. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath here. And exhale, release. And then with your inhale, you're going to send your right leg up, finding a 3-legged dog. Hips are going to be squared. Leg is going to be straight. Lengthen all the way through the heel. Take an inhale. And exhale, you're going to shift forward, draw this right knee towards your right armpit. Then drop it down towards your right ankle. Right elbow. Across to your left wrist. And then back up to the left armpit. Back to right armpit. And back to 3-legged dog. Taking a breath here. And exhale. Inhale, lengthen through the heel. Exhale, shift forward, right knee to the right armpit. Then lower down to your right wrist. Across to the left. Back up to left armpit. And back to right armpit. Back to three-legged dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, shift forward. Right knee to right armpit, and this time we'll stay here. Think about really getting secure here. Then driving the knee in towards the bicep. And then shifting over onto your left, the outside of your left leg, lifting the right leg up, finding a side plank. It's going to be an awkward side plank. You can move into a tree side plank. Whatever feels good for you. You can always support yourself as well. You got 2 breaths left. Then bring this right knee up nice and high and stepping it all the way forward. We're going to find a low lunge. So right foot's landed in the front of the mat. Left leg is nice and long. You can lean the knee up off the mat. And think about having your hands on opposite sides of your foot and then broaden through your collarbone still. So you still have a little bit of lift in your chest here. You got 2 breaths left here. We're going to add a little bit of movement to it. So left hand comes down all the way onto the mat. Right hand comes up for a twist. With your twist, you're going to inhale, you're going to lengthen through your spine. And then exhale, you're going to straighten both legs and send your right hand like you're putting it back in the right pocket. Inhaling back to this low lunge twist. Exhale, unwind long stance pyramid. Inhale, low lunge twist. Exhale, long stance pyramid. You got 2 more. Inhale for the twist. And exhale, pyramid. Last one. Inhale, twist. And exhale, unwind pyramid. Coming back to this low lunge twist. Then unwinding your right hand down to the mat. Step your right foot back and take your flow. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back. Down dog. Taking a breath there. And exhale, release. 1 more breath. Exhale, release. Other side, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Hips stay square, leg is straight. That left foot is flexed, so you can lengthen through the heel. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift forward, left knee to left armpit. Then drop it down to your left wrist, across to your right wrist, and then up to your right armpit, and then back to the left, and then sending it back. 3-legged dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, find a little length. Exhale again, shift forward. This little box move, dropping your knee down, and across, and then back up, and then back where we start, and then back to your 3-legged dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. And then shift forward. Left knee to left armpit. Get stable, get steady. We're moving into the side plank. So right hand comes down, left hand up. We're on the outside of our right foot. Left knee can stay lifted. 2 more breaths here. And then when you're ready, lift the left knee. Bring it all the way to the front of the mat, finding a low lunge. So get steady in your low lunge. Hips are nice and going square. Lifting through the chest. Spine is nice and long. We're sinking this right hip down a little bit to stretch that right hip flexor. 2 more breaths here. And then we'll add that movement. So right hand comes down all the way to the mat. Left hand opens up for the twist. Take a nice inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, straighten the legs, unwind the hips. Left hand comes back like you're putting it in your back pocket. Inhaling back into this low lunge twist. Exhale, straighten the legs. Inhaling, twist. Exhaling, straighten. You got 2 more. Inhale, twist. Exhale, straighten. And inhale, twist. And exhale, straighten. Coming back to this low lunge twist. And then unwind, both hands come down to the mat. Step your left foot back and take your flow. Inhaling and exhaling. Landing here in your down dog. Last breath. Inhale and look forward. Exhaling, stepping up to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up. And exhale, hands in the heart center. All right, that was a lot on the hands. So just a little bit of wrist stretch. You're just going to interlace your hands together and make this little snaking motion. You guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just kind of releasing any tension you've got in the wrists. We'll take another breath here, inhaling and exhaling. All right, hands back into heart center. Taking a breath. And we'll get started with some V variations. Inhale, finding your chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands to your floor. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, right leg comes up, three-legged dog. And exhale, step it forward and place it on the mat between your hand. Left heel drops down to the mat. Come up, warrior one. We're staying here. So right hip is drawing back, left hip is rotating forward. Core is still engaged, so we're not blowing up through our chest. Pinkies can rotate in. Last breath here. And then opening up, playing a warrior two. You're going to adjust your stance a little bit if you need to lengthen it. Think about drawing your right knee up towards your right ankle. Shifting your hips down, trying to maybe someday have your quad parallel to the floor. Maybe, maybe not. Arms can be out nice and wide. Gaze can be towards the front. Over that front middle finger. One more breath here. And then we'll move on, find the side angle. Right hand can come down to your quad, and left arm reaches up towards the front of the mat. Think about rotating this here, pushing it down. Front shoulder insides engaged, and then maybe bringing the bicep down towards close to your left hip. You can look up, engage in your core. If you want to bring your right hand down to the mat, or if you've got support, you can use that as well. Two more breaths. And then returning to a warrior two. All right, adding a little bit of breath and movement here. We're going to inhale, we're going to find a reverse warrior. And with an exhale, we're going to shift into this back left leg and find a a side lunge. These arch our arms. Inhale, back to reverse warrior. And exhale, a little kung fu arms actions here to find your side lunge. Inhaling and exhaling. We've got two more. Inhale and exhale. Breathing nice and slowly. Last one. And exhale. You're going to straighten both legs. You're going to turn the heels in, toes out, arms up overhead, blade your hands, bring them together, and gaze up. 5-point star variation. Inhaling and exhaling, bending the knees. We're going to find the goddess squat. Hands can come down by your hips. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess squat. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess squat. You got two left. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Returning back up to this 5-point star variation, blade hands. See if you can look up at the hands and keeping your gaze up there. Pivot your way back to the front. A little bit of balance work, and then just separate your hands. Step back into your flow. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. Left leg lifts up, three-legged dog, hips are square, leg is straight. And then step it forward, place it on the mat. Right heel drops down the mat. Come up, finding your warrior one. Hips are working to be neutral. Feet can be a little wider than hips width apart. They can be hips width apart instead of on the rear, on the tightrope. Arms up, shoulders are drawn in, core is engaged. You can rotate those pinkies together. 2 breaths left. And then open it up, finding your warrior two. You can adjust your stance to get a little wider. Really sink nice and deeply into this front left leg. Hips are open, chest is open, arms are parallel to the ground. Your gaze can be out to the front. And then most importantly, don't forget to breathe. Last breath here. And then finding that side angle. Left hand can come down to the quad. Right arm's gonna reach around and up front. Rotating the pinkies down. Drawing the shoulders in so that they're integrated. Maybe bring that bicep by that cheek. And looking up. If there's any other version of side angle you'd like, you can take it instead. Perfectly fine. 2 breaths left. And then returning to this warrior two, getting steady. And then moving on for those breath and movement. So inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, bending into this right leg for this side lunge, the archer arm. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, archer. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side lunge. 2 left. Inhaling. And exhaling. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Straightening both the legs. Heels are in, toes are up. Arms come up overhead. 5-point star variation. Blade your hands, bring them together. And then sink down, finding your goddess squat. This time we're going to bring our hands down to our quads. You can bring them on your quads and then shift them a little bit away from your body. And then we're going to add some twists there. So inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, drop your left shoulder down. Twist open. Inhaling. Exhale, drop your right shoulder. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, drop your left shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop the right. Last one in each direction. Inhaling. Exhale, drop the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, drop the right. Then inhale back to center. Straighten the leg. Arms come back up overhead. Blade those hands. Gaze up. See if you can keep your gaze there as you pivot towards the front of the mat. And then send your hands down towards the mat. Step your left foot back and take your foot. Inhaling and exhaling, hips up and back. 3 breaths here, and your down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, find your chair pose. And exhale, stand up, hands at heart center. Taking a breath here. And exhale, release. One more breath. And exhale, release. Next flow. Inhale, sink your hips, find your chair pose. We'll stay here in our chair, chest is lifted. Elbow is sinking down. Slowly, slowly lower your hips all the way down to the ground. See if you can do this with no hand. You're going to make your way into a boat pose. Find this nice tripod seat. Chest is nice and lifted. Arms are out by your side. You can always support yourself. We'll be here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the feet back down. See if you can make your way back up into a chair pose without using your hands to help you. Taking a breath here. And then your choice, you can stay in your chair pose, or you can bring your hands down towards the mat, finding a crow pose. So hands down, knees come up towards your armpits. Find this chatter on the arms, shifting your weight forward, maybe lifting one from both of your feet. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll all meet back up in a chair pose. And then straighten your legs. Stand on your right leg and lift your left leg up. So you're finding this 90-90, so you've got a 90-degree angle from your body. And then your left foot is hanging out at a 90-degree angle. You bring your hand in the heart center. Get nice and steady. All right. Once you're steady, you're going to slowly hinge forward. You're going to left foot behind you. Find a warrior 3. You can leave your hands here, you can support yourself, or you can bring them back by your hips. So the inhale, think about lengthening through the heel, and then exhale, drawing the left knee in, up towards the chest, wrapping around your hands. Inhale back, warrior three. Exhale, tuck it in. Really pressing into all four corners of that right foot to help you find some balance. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, tuck. We've got two more. Inhale, lengthen. One spot to gaze at. Exhale, tuck it in, give it a hug. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, draw it in, tuck it. Give it a hug. Back to warrior three. And then with control, so you can set it down on the mat. Find the crescent lunge. Once you're there, adjust your stance as much as you need to. Finding a real crescent lunge, stretching this left hip. You can bend this left knee a little bit if you need to, and arms can come up overhead. So engage in the core, rotating those pinkies in. 2 more breaths here. And then opening up for a crescent twist into a reverse crescent twist. So left arm is nice and long, up towards the ceiling. Right hand can be resting on your back leg. You can gaze at the back corner of your mat. 2 more breaths. And then unwind back to a crescent lunge. And then we're going to pivot open to the other side of the mat. We're going to find a wide leg forward fold. So toes are facing the long end of the mat, so the outside of your feet is parallel with the outside of your mat. Hands can come to your hips as you inhale, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Your choice, you can bring your hands in line with your toes, or maybe send them out long to really lengthen through your spine. Whatever you're doing, think about shifting your weight a little bit into your toes, really stretching out the back hamstrings. Releasing your head and neck. 2 more breaths. And then walking the hands back in, wherever they're at, and then walking back to the front of the mat. You can move into this front leg, step back, and do your flow. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Taking a breath. And exhale, release. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or help your way up to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sink hips down. Arms come up, find your chair pose. We'll stay here. Find your alignment, engage your core, and then slowly remember lowering down, all the way down, finding your boat pose. Hips come down, find a tripod state. Legs come up. Maybe this time you'd like to grab your toes with your peace fingers and extend your legs up overhead. If you do that, think about lifting up through the chest still. So the tendency is going to be to roll your back. So keep it nice and lifted for 3, 2, 1. Releasing your feet, slowly making your way back up into chair pose. A little bit of oomph this time. I have to give myself some. And then hand in the heart center. And then we'll take a twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Twisting chair. Hips stay neutral. Knees stay neutral. You can stay here. You can take a side crow. I'm going to stay here. If you're taking side crow, you can plant your hands, creating a shelf with your arms, and then lifting up, lifting your toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back into side crow. I'm sorry, side revolve chair. And then unwinding, straighten the legs. You can lift up, look up, maybe a little bit back in. And then we'll twist the other direction. So revolve chair towards the other side. So right elbow, the outside of the left knee. Twisting, think about bringing your chest up toward your hands, or taking the side crow on this side. Setting up with your chaturanga arms, creating a shelf, shifting your weight and lifting your toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll all meet back in a regular chair pose. And then straighten your legs, lift up your right leg. Staying here, engaging your core. Leg is at this 90-degree angle. You bring your hands in the heart center. Taking a breath. And then slowly hinging forward, making your way into a warrior three. So pressing into all four corners of that left foot. Right foot stays flexed, core's nice and engaged. Hands can stay here. You can support yourself, or you can climb back by your hips. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, tuck the knee around the spine and wrap around that knee. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, give it a tuck and a hug. Inhale, warrior three. Exhale, tuck and hug. Inhale, warrior three. We got two left. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, warrior three. And last one, exhale, tuck. Inhale, back to warrior three, get stable. And then set that foot down, finding your crescent lunge. You can beat out that left hip a little bit if you need to. And then finding your crescent. Right hip is running forward, left hip is back, hitting with this right hip flexor. You can bend this back knee if you need to a little bit. And then arms come up. Chest is drawing in, so core is still engaged. Rotating those pinkies together. Two breaths left. And then twisting open to the side, getting steady, and then finding your reverse twist. So left hand is reaching back for your back leg, right arm is reaching up. You'll be gazing at the back corner of your mat. Breathing here. Two more breaths. And then unwind back to a crescent lunge. And then opening up towards the other side of the mat, getting set up for a wide leg forward fold again. So toes are facing along in the mat. Hands can come to your hips. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Hands can come down to the mat or support. And then we're going to lengthen through our spine, find a nice flat back. We're going to add some twisting motions here. So left hand comes down to the mat with an inhale, right arm comes up and we'll twist. And exhale, back to center. Inhale, left arm up for the twist. Exhale, back down. Inhale, open up for the twist. Exhale, back down. Inhale, left arm up, twist. Exhale, back down. Once more on each side, right arm up, inhale. And exhale. Left arm up, inhale. And exhale. All right, walking your hands to the front of your mat. Bending to that left leg. Stepping your left foot back. And taking your flow. Inhaling, up dog or cobra. Exhaling, hips up and back, down dog. Take a few breaths here. If you want to wiggle out your hips a little bit, you can. If you want to lift each leg once, take a little nice bent knee, three-legged dog, stretching that through the hip. Sending it back down. On the other side. I heard these called hip yawns the other day, and I thought that was a great little description for them. All right, inhale, looking forward. Exhale, making your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Sink the hips, lift the chest chair. And exhale, stand up again, the heart center. All right, taking a breath here. Exhale, release. One more breath. Exhale, release. For some balancing work, we're going to start with the chair, tree pose. So shifting your right into your left foot, right leg lifts up. You can take your tree pose at any height that feels good for you. Think about pressing your foot into your leg and your leg back into your foot. Hands can get heart center flexing together. Breathing here. If you'd like to, you can grow your tree any way. Up or out or down. You can take a waving tree, like I am. All right, and meet back in tree with hands at heart center. And then with control, slowly draw this right knee up towards the front. Left hand can come down your hip. You can grab the right knee with your right hand, or maybe reach for your right big toe. and then straighten the leg. Engaging the core, really drawing this right hip in, so this foot really putting this hip into this joint here, so drawing it back in, and then you can open up to the side. Breathing here, one spot to gaze at, and then back up to the front. Once you're there, maybe release the leg, arms come up. We'll be here for 5, maybe point the foot, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly lower it down. All right, good job. Hands come back into heart center. Taking a breath. And then other side, left leg lifts, finding your tree pose. So balancing on all 4 corners of that right foot. Take your tree pose to where you want to go. Hands start at heart center, core is engaged. And then once you're stable, you can think about growing your tree. You can grow up, grow down, you can add a little back bend, whatever feels good for you. Remember, one spot to gaze at. You're probably looking at your monitor on your phone, but don't look at me, look at something else because I'm walking. All right, once you're back and steady in your tree pose, you can bring your right hand to your right hip and slowly draw this left foot forward, grabbing either the left knee or the left big toe. Extending it out, finding your balance, engaging your core, and then really drawing this left hip into this left hip socket. Try to left leg into the left hip socket. Belly button is drawing in, and then slowly open out to the side. Breathing here. If you'd like to, you can extend your hand. Obviously not working for me this morning. Taking another breath. And then slowly extending back to the front. Once you're there, releasing the leg. Keep it extended, maybe point the foot. Arms can come up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower it down. Hands can come in. You can shake your leg out if you want to. Whatever feels good. Taking a breath. And exhale, release. We're making our way down into our belly, chesting back bending. So inhaling the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to a plank. Find your plank pose. Get nice and firm in your plank like you're pressing the ground away from you. And then slowly draw your elbows back toward your feet as you lower all the way down to your bellies. Once you're there, release your feet. You can stack your hands and rest your forehead on your hands. Taking a breath. And exhale, release. We're going to take a series of locusts. Well, make sure your spine is nice and long first. So float your right leg up, lengthen it behind you and set it back down. Float your left leg up, lengthen it behind you and set it back down. Toes are working to be together. Heels can be slightly apart. And we'll take a bind with our first one. So bring your hands behind your hips and releasing your hands if you can. And then lengthening through your spine, lift the shoulders up and lift your feet up. So pelvic bone is really pressing firmly into the ground. And then you're lifting up, finding some length for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. You can release your hands and stack them again. Maybe rest one of your cheeks on your hands and bend your knees and lift your leg. One more wipe in each direction. And then coming back. Legs are nice and long behind you. Unwind your head so forehead on the mat again. Spine is nice and long. Toes are together, heels are apart. This time let's take our arms up to either a T or a W, whatever feels better for your shoulders. Take an inhale, lengthen through your spine, and then lift up. Find your locust pose. Lengthening through your spine, pressing the hip points into the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lowering down. Again, you can stack your hands, rest your other cheek on the mat, and the knees and wings over the legs. Taking a breath. All right, releasing that. Moving on to the last locust pose. So spine is nice and long. Again, toes are touching, heels can be slightly apart. This time, let's bring our hands out in front of us. You can turn your palms so that they face each other. Lengthen through your spine, and then this time maybe lift your legs up first, and then lift your arms up. So we're flying here like Superman for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. You can stack your hands, rest your forehead. Again, if you'd like to, you can windshield wiper your legs. One more breath. All right, then moving on to bow pose. So legs are nice and long behind you, spine lengthens, and then you're gonna bend your knees, keeping your knees hips width distance apart. You're gonna reach for the ankles. You can reach for them from the inside or the outside. Feet can be pointed, or you can have a little more grip with them flats. So think about lifting up, lifting your chest up, lifting your quads up, rotating back onto the hip points, and then maybe eventually onto the quads. We'll be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release. Taking a breath. Releasing the back. Maybe this time you'd like to kind of wag your tail. I think that feels good after a bow pose. A little shimmy of the hips here. And then we've got 1 left. So lengthening through the spine. Bending the knees. Reaching the arms back. Grabbing the ankles from the inside or the outside. You can be pointed or flexed. And then think about sending them up towards the ceiling as you draw your chest up and back. Working your way back onto your hips. And then maybe onto your thighs. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Release the hands down to the mat. Good job. You can wag your tail, shimmy the hips, release your lower back. Take 2 breaths here. All right, then hands come directly under your shoulders. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips up and back. Down dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. And then we're moving into pigeon pose. So you can step your right foot forward towards this left leg. Externally rotate at the hip. And then laying the hips down on the mat. Let's keep our chest lifted. If your right hip does not touch the mat here, you want to do a figure 4 on your back instead. That's perfect. Inhale, lengthen through your spine all the way to the crown of your head. And then exhale, you can sleep your pigeon if you'd like to. Think about keeping your right foot engaged. Just keeping this foot engagement helps us to really just engage all the muscles in our leg and protect our knee. Externally rotating at the right hip. And the left leg is long behind you. You're on the top of the back foot. Being careful not to sickle the foot one way or the other. Breathing here. Three more breaths. And then lifting your chest back up, supporting yourself on your hand. You can come on the toes of the left foot and step your right foot backwards and down dog. Taking a breath here. And exhale, release. And then we'll move on to the other side. So left foot steps forward, bring your left ankle towards your right wrist. Externally rotating at this left hip. Sinking your hips down towards the mat. Again, if you'd rather take a figure 4 on your back, that's perfect. Inhale, lengthening through your spine. And then exhale, when you're ready, you can come down and sleep your pigeon if you like. Keeping this left foot flexed on the side. Just being cognizant of all the muscles in our leg, making sure you're not feeling stress on the knee or the hip. Our right leg stays long behind us. We're on the top of the right foot. And then breathe in here. Three breaths left. Lifting the chest up, planting the hands under your shoulders. You can tuck the right toes under, lift the hips, and step back for a down dog. Taking a breath. Exhale, release. And then just making your way down to your seat. You can tuck your right leg in and the left leg behind you. Legs up nice and long in front of you. Towards the front of your mat. You can stay flexed. The shoe bits stay underneath you. If you have padding, then you can broaden through the pelvic floor. Lengthen through your spine with your inhale. And exhale, keeping your spine straight. Just move forward as far as you can while keeping your spine straight. So hinging at the hips here. Breathing. And then you can walk your hands out further, round your spine. Think about drawing your chest down towards your quads, elbows down towards the mat, and releasing your head down. 5 breaths here. Last breath. Slowly walking your hands back towards your hips. Send your hands behind you, fingertips facing your heels. Lift your hips up, reverse tabletop. If you'd rather bend your knees, that's fine. Think about keeping your spine long, hips are lifting. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower your hips back down and make your way onto your back. If you have a block or a book or something that you want to use to elevate your hips, you can. We'll take a waterfall. You can also just use your fists and lift and press your hips up on your fists if you don't have anything. Point is just to get our hips above our heart a little bit. Breathing here. Hands can be down by your side, palms face up. Take 4 more breaths here. And then slowly removing whatever you have underneath you. And rolling your back down, bringing your legs down. We'll take a fish pose. So legs are nice and long. You can lift your shoulders up, palms face down as you wobble them underneath your hips. Bringing your elbows close together as you can. And then lifting your chest up, releasing your head back. Breathing here, opening up through the chest. 2 more breaths. And then slowly you can wobble your elbows out. And you go onto your back again, releasing your hands. And then we'll take a supine twist. So knees stacking up over hips. You can cross your legs if you want to. Whatever variation of supine twist that you like. Thinking about dropping your legs over to the side. Unwinding the shoulders so that the shoulder blades are trying to touch the mat. Arms can be out. You can cactus them. If you'd like to, you can pick your head up and turn it on its own axis. Breathing here. Two more breaths. And unwind your head. Engage your core. Bring your legs back up through center. Taking a breath. And then releasing them down to the other side. The other side you can do. Unwinding your shoulder blades, bringing the alternate shoulder down to the mat. If you'd like to, pick up your head, turn it on its own axis. Breathing here. Last 2 breaths. Unwinding your head, engaging your core, unwind your spine back up through center. If there's anything else you want, that's perfect. Maybe you want a happy baby. Anything else that you need, take about 5 breaths with getting out your remaining wiggles. And when you're ready, making your way into a savasana. Finding your way down onto your backs. Palms out by your side, palms face forward towards the ceiling. Legs out long and straight. Releasing your feet. Taking a nice deep inhale. And exhale, release. Again, a nice deep inhale. And exhale, release. And a little guided walk through, starting the crown of your head. Release any tension that you have there. Moving down around your eyes, into your mouth and your jaw. Letting your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth. Maybe letting your teeth separate from each other just a little bit. Still making sure that you're breathing nice and slow, inhaling and exhaling. Moving down to your shoulders, releasing your shoulders, releasing any tension in your chest, releasing your stomach and your core, both the front and the back. Coming down to your hips, releasing your glutes, letting your hips splay open, releasing your quads and your hamstrings, the fronts and the backs of your knees, moving down to your lower legs, and finally all the way down to your feet. Releasing the feet and your toes. And then if you'd like to, you can bring your attention back to your heart center. And just feel the rhythm of your heart beating. Feeling the breath as it comes in through your nose, filling up your lungs, and back out through your nose again. You can enjoy a moment of relaxation here, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out. When you're ready, you can begin to bring some movement into your fingers and your toes. If you'd like to, you can take a nice good morning stretch. And then when you're ready, roll onto either side. That feels good. Taking a couple of breaths there, cradling your head and your arm. And then when you're ready, you can make your way up to a comfortable seat. Any seat is fine. You can bring your hands into heart center. My little reading for the day is that yoga does not transform the way that we see things. Rather, it transforms the person who sees. With that, you can bring your hands to your forehead. And the light and the joy and the peace and the happiness in me honors the light and the joy and the peace and the happiness in each of you. Thank you for sharing your morning with me. Namaste.